So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use that new style tune feature in Midjourney. And as you can see right now, I'm currently inside the Discord application, more specifically inside the server called Midjourney. And by the way guys, before I get started right here, I just want to let you know that this process or this tutorial is applicable for all devices. That being said, if you're watching this on your iOS, your Android devices, even your tablet, please stay in the video because the process is literally the same. Also goes with mobile devices, okay? So let's get started right here. So make sure you're inside Discord, inside Midjourney, and let's pay our attention to the prompt bar. This one right here, and then simply type this specific command. The command we're gonna be using right now is gonna be tune. I know for all of you is used to having this command that says imagine. This is the most basic command to get those artwork right there, or rather the settings command right here. So check your settings, right? However, for this video, we're gonna focus our attention with tune and simply click on space, and of course we're gonna enter the prompt. Now for the prompt, there is no special or difference. Imagine it having the same idea of when you're using the imagine command. So basically I'm gonna input my prompt right there, and then with this one it's gonna say vintage cartoon neon retro futurism. Okay, now click on enter. Now instead of having artwork generated on my end, I'll have this specific settings. Let me just go back at the top and you'll see this option. So create style tuner. It's gonna say create a shelver style tuner based on your prompt to customize the style of your images. The prompt was the one we entered earlier. The style direction, this is the reference on how strong or how different will it be from the prompt. For example, the artwork, the images, this is the dictator or the reference on how strong they will be. Of course, the mode with this one's by default will be called default. You can change this to at the bottom toggle button right there, the bottom drop down icon. For example, the style directions, they have 16, 32, 64, and 128. Now, the higher the style, the further it will be from the prompt. So by default, let's stay in the neutral side by 32, and of course for the mode, by default it will be on default, right? The second one will be raw. I have a video about the difference of the two explaining them. Basically, default and raw are the same thing, just a little bit better is default. Okay? Now, that being said, click on submit, and you'll see this thing that says, are you sure? Cost is 0.3 fast hours GPU credits. Of course, I'm sure about that. Now, that being said, it will take around 2 minutes to get you ready. However, I already created this specific prompt with this tune, and these are the links that I have. Simply copy this link, and then open up a browser of your choice. For example, this one right here, this should be a sample browser. If I paste my link on the search bar, click on enter, and this will be my results. As you can see right there, this is gonna be the prompt vintage cartoon neon retro futurism. Basically, you might ask, how come we're not inside Discord? How come we're not inside Midjourney? The answer to that question is that Midjourney doesn't have enough space to cater this tuning platform. That's why it exerted or rather branched it out on a specific website. Basically, this is where you choose it. Now you have two options. You can compare two tiles at the same time or pick your favorites from a grid. Basically, by preference, I choose the second option. And then I'm just gonna scroll, just like Pinterest, choosing a photo or style that I like, and simply locking it on. So for example, I'm gonna go with this one. Very basic, very generic. And then each prompt you choose will have this specific style. Now as you can see, I can choose up to 4 prompts. And that being said, each prompt you choose will have different style right there, and basically you just have to copy. You got it right, I copied because I'm gonna go back to Discord, and then here is the part where I'm gonna use this prompt on my own. For example, of course, we're gonna use now imagine, enter the prompt, Easy as that, and this is the neon style choosing, or rather, neon style tuning. That's right now a trend. So simply click on enter, and then wait for our prompt to finish loading. And by the way guys, this is just a sample prompt as of now. We can still edit it. That being said, you can still click on imagine right there. For example, since this is just a basic prompt with no specific subject, I'm gonna use a subject right now. Let's just say Superman. Click on enter or paste the style. Of course, click on enter. So that specific style will be implied along Superman. That is the idea of this style tuning. Now that being said, this will be our new style, the one we entered earlier. This is it. And as you can see, it's perfectly good. And I have a notepad right here saying that we can still randomize. This is my notes that reminding me to remind you guys that you can randomize options right here. Let's try it out, okay? So again, imagine. Click the prompt. And then with this one, click the double dash. And then random style. Let me just check my notes. Right there. It says style random. 16. Now, why 16? You remember the 16 styles earlier, the 32, the 64, and the 128. This is where it will matter. For example, by default, it will be 16. But if you want to put 32, it's perfectly fine. I'm just going to stay at 16 right there and click on my prompt. Now, while waiting for my prompt to finish, I'm going to show you guys the Superman from earlier. The Superman vintage cartoon neon retro futurism style, this one. As you can see right now, there is not a specific part here that says Superman, right? That's because this specific style is more on the vintage cartoon neon retro futurism. If you really want to use Superman with inside this specific prompt, we can just type in tune, click on space, click on that one, the prompt right there, and simply click on enter. And as you can see right there, it will ask us what style direction, default or raw. Simply click on submit and we should be good to go. And then we'll be just gonna go back to the landing page from earlier on this part right here and just choose the prompt, click on copy. For example, let's just say this is the Superman prompt, right? Click on the copy and go back to Discord, right? Right here, right there, simply click on imagine, input the prompt. For example, this is the Superman prompt, right? Click on enter right there, and then the Superman prompt on your end with the perfect style that you're looking for will be prompted on your screen. Now, an additional information for you guys since you stayed at the end. For example, right here, you like this specific style, right? Let's just say this specific style, you love it. And then for future references, you don't want to search it up again, dig it up. You can save it. You heard me right? By simply type in prefer option, rather just type it prefer first. You'll have two options. The list, this would be the list of the sets. Okay, those are the two differences. Set is creating a save file, and list is technically lists of the sets. So if you want to save a photo or a style, choose the set option, and then with the option, we're gonna name the file. Let's just say sample1. This is the name. Click on the +1 to enter the value, and of course the value would be this one, the style. Simply click on enter, and that style has been saved under the sample1 set. Perfect, right? Now if you want to use that again, of course, simply click on imagine, and then just type in the sample1, and that should be good to go. That being said, that's how you do this, the new feature regarding tuning style in Midjourney. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.